All right, welcome. Today we are diving into something that is just absolutely critical for anyone who wants to exercise their rights and protest safely. We're talking about how to protect your privacy in a world where it feels like someone is always watching. And just so you know, this is actually the second part of our bigger 5-part series on protest safety. In the first part, we talked all about physical safety, but today we are zeroing in on your digital defense, how you protect your data while you're out there making your voice heard. And this quote right here, this is exactly why we need to have this conversation. Unprecedented levels of surveillance. That's not an exaggeration. We're talking about everything from facial recognition to location tracking. The tools are more sophisticated than ever, and just knowing that, well, that's step one. So here's our game plan for today. We're going to break it down into 4 main areas. First up, we'll talk about securing the device in your pocket. Then we'll move on to protecting the photos and videos you might take. After that, we'll get into how to spot surveillance when you're out there. And finally, what to actually do about it. Okay, first things first. Let's talk about that device that's probably in your pocket or your hand right now. Look, your phone is an amazing tool, no doubt. But at a protest, if you're not careful, it can be your single biggest weakness when it comes to privacy. You know, sometimes the simplest advice is the most powerful, and this is a big one. Before you even get to the protest, dive into your settings and turn off all the location stuff. I'm not just talking about GPS, I mean Wi-Fi scanning and Bluetooth scanning too, because those can track you even if you're not connected to anything. And hey, for an extra layer of protection, use airplane mode, or even think about getting a cheap burner phone just for this. So you might be wondering, why is this so critical? Well, it's because of some pretty sneaky technology out there, like this thing. It's often called a stingray, and it basically pretends to be a cell tower. Your phone, thinking it's connecting to your normal network, hooks right up to it, and just like that, it can give away your location and identity. You'd never even know it happened. So how do you actually fight back against something like a stingray? Well, it's a few key steps. We already talked about turning off location services and using airplane mode, but here's a pro tip you might not know. Disable 2G in your phone's network settings. A lot of these simulators work on those older 2G networks, so turning that off can make a real difference. And like I said, that burner phone, that's still the gold standard. Okay, but what if you have to communicate? I mean, that's just a reality. Well, how you do it is everything. Sending a normal text message or a social media DM, that's kind of like sending a postcard. Anyone can read it along the way. What you want is a sealed, secure letter. So use an app like Signal that has end-to-end encryption, and you can even set your messages to disappear. No digital trail. All right, so your device is locked down. Awesome. But now we've got to talk about the second layer here, the visuals. Every photo you snap, every video you record, it's not just an image. It's packed with data that could put you and everyone around you at risk. If you remember one thing from this section, make it this. Post later. Do not post live. When you stream or post a picture in the moment, you're basically broadcasting your exact location to the world in real time. That can put you at risk and even give away info about the protest's movements. Just wait. Wait till you're home and safe. And here's something kind of wild that a lot of people just don't realize exists. It's called metadata. Think of it like an invisible digital receipt that's attached to every single photo you take. It has the exact GPS location of where you were standing, the precise time, even what kind of phone you used. It's a massive privacy risk hiding in plain sight. So, how do you get rid of this invisible trail? Well, there are apps for it, sure, but there's a brilliantly simple trick you can use. Just take a screenshot of your photo. That new screenshot file doesn't have all that sensitive location data baked into it. It's a super easy, low-tech fix for a high-tech problem. So remember, share the screenshot, not the original. And this brings us to another really, really important point. This is about protecting other people. If you share photos with others in them, it is your responsibility to protect them. And that cool-looking mosaic filter or light blur, yeah, that's not going to cut it. That stuff can be reversed with software. You have to use thick, solid black boxes or a really heavy blur to completely cover faces, unique tattoos, anything that could identify someone. Okay, you with me? We've secured your device, we've handled your pictures. Now for layer 3, knowing what's going on around you, situational awareness. Just being able to recognize potential surveillance is a huge part of staying safe. So what are you actually looking for? Because it's not always going to be obvious. You gotta use your senses. Look up, Listen for the buzz of a drone. Look at uniforms for the small lens of a body camera. Look around at the traffic cams and building security cams you normally ignore. And maybe most importantly, be aware of the people around you. Look for individuals who just don't seem to fit in. All right, so you've spotted something that feels a little off. Now what? The key here isn't to cause a scene. It's to be smart and to be safe and to know how to respond effectively. Here's your 4-step playbook. First, just make a note, mental or written, of the time, the place, and what's happening. Second, if you feel it's safe to do so, discreetly document things like an unmarked van's license plate. Third, and this is the most important rule, do not engage with them directly. Don't confront them. And fourth, report what you saw to the designated legal observers or civil rights groups at the event. And you might think, what's my little report gonna do? But it's actually huge. Think of it like a puzzle piece. Your one observation, one combined with dozens of others, helps create a full picture. It allows legal groups to see patterns, to track tactics, and to build a case that helps protect the entire community. It really is an act of looking out for everyone. So when you boil it all down, it really comes back to one thing: awareness. That's your best tool, your best protection. We've gone over a lot of strategies today, and now the power is really in your hands. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. What's the first single step you're going to take to lock down your privacy for next time?